This video is for people who are curious about using AI to improve their music creation. I've just found a new app called Moises. I've seen a few YouTube videos on it, and I must say it looks really interesting. It basically is something you can separate stems within the songs, and you can also create stems. So today we're going to check it out. I'm going to do this live. This is going to be a bit like a reaction video. So I've never used Moises before, so we're going to log on and check it out. What I'm going to try is I'm going to take a song I've already released, which is quite a soft piano song that I always thought would be really good as a heavy rocking song. And we're going to try and do that today. Moises has a free tier, but I've actually subscribed to the premium tier. So it's not the absolute top end, but it should give me a lot more credits, which means I can do a lot more with this. So, okay, so here is the first screen you come up against. So let's look at what Moises can do. So it says it can do track separation, AI Studio. This is the bit with the AI creation of the song, which I'm going to focus on today. Voice Studio, jam sessions, mastering, lyric writer. Might come back and have a look at that later. But today we're going to look at the AI Studio. So before we go into that, I want to take the song that I've released and I want to separate out the vocal and the piano and use that as the starting point for creating some stems. So I'm going to go into my Lander library. These were the songs that I've released recently through Lander, and I want to take Heart of Us, which is my song that I've done, and I'm going to download that. Now I'm going to go into track separation, add a song, drop in a song, Heart of Us. I want lead vocals and background vocals. I want piano, submit. I click on the song, and here we are. We have everything separated. Let's have a listen. So if we just listen to the vocals on their own. And I don't mind. Yeah, that's just the vocals. Let's listen later in the song where there's a bit more going on. I think I can hear a little bit of strings still there in the piano. I'd say it's done a pretty good job. The first thing I'd say is that Moises is a very good stem separator, but I think that's been known for a while. It's been its main focus, from what I can understand. So fantastic. We've now got the stems separated. Now what I want to do, I want to use these to generate a rock song. So how do we do that? Okay, so I'm going to create my first project. I'm going to call this Heart of Us Rock. Let's see what this does. Okay. Add a track. Okay. My files is crashed, interestingly. So I'm now going to have to force quit Safari. So I've had my first crash, so that's not the best sign. So I think what I need to do, what I didn't do, I need to save down these stems individually. So I think I'll go and do that. So Heart of Us Master 1. Okay, export all channels, let's do that. I'm getting all those tracks out there, fantastic. So now I think that was the step that I needed to do. So when you've separated your stems, you need to export the songs, no props. So now that's happened, I think I can go to AI Studio now. For that, that's good. Okay, add track. Okay, so here are all my stems. Let's drag those in there. Okay, great. So now I'm going to use Moises to create a rock song based on these stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute, I believe from having what I've seen on the internet, is only the ones that are soloed or non-muted that it will generate. And now I'm going to go over here to this right-hand side. There's stem generation, stem separation, voice conversion, and AI mixing. So let's go to stem generation. Okay, so I'm going to go drums. I don't want AI match because AI match, I guess, would take the vibe of the quiet piano. I would like some kind of rock. There's lots of different ones down here. I think I'm going to go for heavy. I don't think I want metal. New disco, what the hell is that? What I can firstly see from Moises here is there's a lot of really interesting style. So let's go heavy. Let's try heavy and we'll generate that stem. So I know from having watched videos, I know you can put your own custom prompt in to say exactly what you want. We could try that. If this stem isn't what I'm looking for, you can also select reference audio. That's quite interesting because I could pick a song that I really liked. Now, from what I understand, all of the audio that is here in Moises has been trained on licensable music. So there's no copyright possibilities from this as far as I understand, but check it out if you're not sure. I'm not 100% sure myself. Right, let's have a listen to this.
It's enough, and I don't mind. People change over time, and it's enough.
Okay, I like the sound of the drums. Some of the crash cymbals are in a bit of a weird place, but let's go to later in the song when it actually really starts to hit it.
I can help you to pretend it don't exist, or I can hold you, pretend there's no one else but us.
Okay, now I'm going to add some bass to this. I'm going to go for bass, got some presets. We're going to use heavy, sounds good. Hip hop, metal. Let's give it metal. Let's give it a try. Generate stem. Okay, so once I've got the bass in, it should listen to the chords that are in the song and be able to follow that. But if this works, I should have an interesting bass line. My honest opinion at this stage is that it sounds good. Those drums do sound really good. I'm a drummer, and I think I'd quite like to actually drum that. So whilst I think it's really helpful for idea generation, some bits of this I would want to record myself, come back into this with the drums, and then use that to generate bass, because I can't play the bass. I might have said that before on this channel. And so this might be a really good way of getting really good bass lines that I can't possibly do. Let's have a listen to the bass.
And I don't mind, people change over time, and it's enough that you and me.
I'm not convinced that bass got the right notes, actually, to be honest. So that's interesting. And despite the piano quite clearly playing the right notes. So
Then you tell me that there's something that you miss. I can hear.
okay, it's got the chords wrong. Interesting. I've just noticed there's a chords channel. So I'm now going to click that and see if I can get the chords. And then maybe if I change them and make them correct, AI detect. So that actually, if you're on the free plan or the premium plan, this is probably a really good thing to do to avoid creating bass lines or whatever else with wrong chords. So I probably should have done that before. Oops, that's a weakness. The chord detection, the root notes and the chords in this song are not that hard. So anyway, let's go through it. Right, I've got it, yeah. Let's have a little look. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning.
It's enough, and I don't mind. People change over time, and it's enough.
Okay, so this is just A sharp all the way through for the whole first bar.
It's enough, and I don't mind.
This is E, this is D sharp here. So can I move that like that? Okay, so to edit the chords, you right click on it. And this is of course D sharp. D sharp, okay, major, fine, yeah. And this is, that's now the right chords for those.
It's enough,
Okay,
and I don't.
it doesn't automatically change the bass you've already generated. I think I'll need to generate a new bass. Okay, so the chords of the AI has done a terrible job of generating my chords, and now I would need to go through the whole song and edit all those chords. Okay, so I have now changed all the chords and I'm going to regenerate the bass. So I feel a bit like, if I'm honest, I've kind of wasted a couple of credits and I didn't know about that chord problem. I thought with a song that has 4 chords and a couple of inversions, that would have been really easy to do. But actually, as I went through that, I think the drums aren't right yet. And I think I need to do a bit more work on the drums. So let's just remove these. I'm going to, if I right click on there, I'm just going to delete it all. That's fine. The basses were wrong. I don't need to keep them. That's fine. I'm going to go, I actually want this to be a bit punkier. And then you tell, so I'm going to go back to the drums. So I'm now going to write a custom. Let's try the custom thing out. So I'm going to go, oh, custom stem generation. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, fine. Right. So I can only use presets. Okay, fine. Maybe if I say the tempo is twice as fast. So I can't actually regenerate the drums at the speed that I want. Try punk. So I think so far my reflections on Moises is that it's really clever. The chords are really annoying, but actually was quite quick to fix. So I've now fixed all the chords, that's fine. But it's good to know that if you're going to use Moises, make sure the chords are right before you generate anything else. I would definitely consider this as a starting point. Take it offline once I've done this and use this as the basis for a production that I probably do myself. I cannot imagine myself using this and just exporting it, but we shall see. Okay, so with the pro version or the premium version, you don't get to use the custom presets. So that's probably something that I think might hold you back from actually really doing a full production in this.
To listen to the heart over.
Let's call the end there quite nice.
It's enough.
What was that? Check this out. That's amazing.
It's enough. There's something.
I'm gonna stick with it halftime. That's fine. Let's get into some decent bass. Okay, I'd like some punk bass. I'm loving the fact that we're using punk here. This is good. I'm quickly gonna run out of credits, I'm pretty sure, on my pro version. So let's load up some sounds and have a listen. So I'm gonna do the bass. I'm gonna add some guitar in there as well. Punk. And let's get rock overdrive. And let's see how that sounds. Let's listen to it with the bass. Not follow the chords. Okay, right, check this out. Here again, I've got a problem with these chords, haven't I? Check this out. I've asked for B flat over D. The root note I've literally asked for is D. And listen to what it's actually playing. You'll hear it's playing the root note of B flat. It's not the note I wanted. If I write B flat over D and give it to a bass player, I can't expect fair D. Moises is giving me a B flat. Okay, let's check out these punk guitars.
Is that a punk guitar?
Let's play rock over it. I mean, I'm not blown away by that. Let's have a listen now to the lead vocal all the way in.
And you righteously shrug and say, maybe it's better this way. Maybe your future is.
It doesn't like inversion chords. This song has a B flat over a D and it just ignores it and plays B flats. Kind of annoying me.
Apart. Then you tell me.
That was interesting.
Apart. Then you tell me that there's something that you miss.
So all of the YouTube videos I've watched about Moises show that it's this wonderful organic process that brings your songs alive. Maybe the exact use case I've tried to do here, which is to take a quiet song and beef it up with some drums and some bass. And maybe in my mind I had some specific ideas and it hasn't worked. I also think the fact that I'm not at the top tier of the payment structure probably means that I'm limited. I can't use the custom presets, and I think I'm probably limited in terms of the editing. What I would say is I probably won't be using Moises based upon the experience I've had today. The chords seem to be a problem, and again, maybe if I pay for the top premium tier, it could actually do inversion notes, so that the different root note on the chord. The fact that I spent all that time writing in words inversions that it couldn't detect, it also couldn't play them, so it seems strange that they've built that in. Again, it might be beta functionality. So I think if Moises come back with an update, I might be willing to have another go at this. But for me, it's not as helpful as, frankly, having an Ableton Live session open and play around with it yourself. I've spent an hour on that, I think now. I think I'd be much better off spending that hour in Ableton with the processes and the experience I have. The sounds that are coming out, I mean, it doesn't inspire me. The drums sound fake. The guitar didn't sound like punk guitar. I can definitely see a use case for this. Maybe rock is not a use case. I probably wouldn't use it for that. And yeah, I think in summary, I'm going to close down Moises. I think I might still try and make Heart of Us into a rock song, but I'm not going to do it this way. I would actually do this by writing out some ideas and doing it myself offline. So it's been really interesting. I hope you found that useful. I wouldn't recommend Moises AI Studio at this stage, certainly not with the tier that I've purchased. But if the beta phase of their production improves it, I might have another go in a year and see if it's improved. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting idea, but for me, I probably wouldn't be that interested in using this anymore moving forward. If you're still interested in using AI to improve your songs, why don't you check out this video here? I'm using Google Gemini. I'm using it to help me improve my lyrics, and I think it's really made them about 10 times better. So check out this video here if that sounds interesting to you.